Formula One Rewind at 3 o'clock. Gymnastics first on BBC Two at the European Championships with Matt Baker.
Welcome to the 2015 European Gymnastics Championships, hosted in the southern French city of Montpellier. Over the next 3 days on the shores of the Mediterranean, we'll see some of the world's finest gymnasts compete for glory, including these British hopefuls. We start with the women's all-around, featuring Claudia Fragapane and 15-year-old Ellie Downey. Followed by the men, with Dan Purvis and Sam Oldham taking the helm. We'll also have Ellie's older sister, Becky, competing. She's on the beam and uneven bars. On floor, we have another youngster, Amy Tinkler, also just 15 years of age. When it comes to the pommel horse, it's the awaited return to Team GB for none other than Lewis Smith. Completing the British lineup is Christian Thomas and Courtney Tulloch, both looking to dominate in their apparatus finals. So, 18 medals to be won, 3 days to do it in. It's going to be one heck of a competition. Yes, lots to look forward to, and gymnastics fans will know that there's one familiar face missing from that lineup. Current world all-around silver medalist Max Whitlock. Now, Max has been suffering from the effects of low-level glandular fever, and he was unable to produce his best in qualifying yesterday, and he hasn't made any finals. Well, we'll have a lot more on that later on, but first let me introduce you to six-time European champion Beth Tweddle, who's going to be keeping us company over the next 3 days. Now, Beth, it was a storming qualification, wasn't it, for Great Britain? And fair to say that the women have done a lot better than the men.
It's incredible. I mean, obviously it's quite harsh to say the women have done a lot better than men, because we've obviously got the full quota on the women, but we've still got 8 finals for the men, so both teams have done incredible.
But I mean, looking at the women, and we'll focus on that first of all because we've got the women's all-around coming up, a very young team and, you know, quite inexperienced, really only one member, Becky Downey, left from your era.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it is great. Obviously, Ellie and Amy have both come through from Junior Europeans last year, and it is a difficult step up, but they both took it in their stride and they've produced amazing results, and hopefully that can sort of transpire over the next couple of days. Yeah,
now, Claudia Fragapane, she has made the top 24 for this all-around competition, and she really was the golden girl, wasn't she, at the Commonwealth Games? Does that bring a lot of pressure to her, you think?
Definitely. Last year she kind of exploded onto the senior scene. She was very much the unknown face of British gymnastics, produced finals at European World Stage and had that superb Commonwealth Games. Now this year she's going in, you go into training, people are going to be watching what she's doing and what she's up to, so it's a very different ball game having that pressure on you.
But a real inspiration for the younger gymnasts like Amy Tinkler, who was knocked out, because we actually got 3 gymnasts, didn't we, in the top 24, which, you know, really could have qualified, but you're only allowed 2 per country. So, you know, for somebody like Amy Tinkler to come here and perform like that, but yet not be in the final, that must be gutting.
Yeah, I mean, I saw her messages up on Twitter, and it was kind of like, I'm really proud of what I've done, but good luck to the 2 girls that are in the all-around. So it is a disappointment, but she knows that she produced her best, and she's obviously still got a final. And
we're going to see her on floor as well. So it's very important, isn't it, for those younger gymnasts to get exposure like this before the World Championships that are coming up at Glasgow later on in the year.
Yeah, Amanda will have used this competition as a stepping stone and hopefully gain that all-important experience.
OK, well, let's have a word from the all-around finalists, from Claudia and from Ellie, who herself was quite surprised to qualify in 3rd place.
Claudia, so another major all-around final, how does it feel to have made it?
It feels absolutely incredible. I really just want to go out there and enjoy it amongst such amazing gymnasts, and I can't wait to compete with Ellie.
Ellie, this is your first senior international championships and you've made the all-around final.
I was quite surprised actually, because coming into this championships I hadn't done as many repetitions on floor and vault as I'd like to, because I've had a slight foot injury, so to make the all-around final was a really big achievement for me, and to hit my personal best as well was just amazing.
What would it mean to get an all-around medal at a senior championship like this?
It will mean a lot, but I feel like just going out there and improving what I did last year will be just enough for me. And if I can grab a medal, then that would be basically the icing on the cake.
Do you think you could maybe get a medal?
I'm hoping maybe a top 8 finish to just get my name announced and be on, like, in the top ones, but I'm just excited and just trying to do my best. So.
Can you even imagine what that would be like to have a medal around your neck?
Yeah, I have thought of it, and it would be absolutely amazing, but just trying to take it one step at a time still.
So aiming for a top 8 there from Ellie, but no seeded groups here. As you can see, Ellie and Claudia both start on uneven bars, with the top qualifier Maria Kalenkova, the Russian champion, last up. And the vault, well, that's where 4th qualifier Erika Fasana begins her challenge. We look onto the beam. That's where Julia Steingruber, 2nd in qualifier, will start her campaign as well. Now, keeping me company here alongside Beth in the commentary box, we've got Mitch Fenner and Christine Still. So all to play for here, especially from the younger girls. Christine.
Yes, and hopefully that's exactly how they'll approach it. All to gain, nothing to lose. Both fairly inexperienced, just first year for Ellie Downey up. Claudia, she's a little more experienced. Yes, last year she burst on the scene, and she'll be wanting to show that this is her rightful place now. So I'm sure they'll attack.
And don't just see the gymnasts here warming up. They've had a day of rest, but they will have been training as well, Mitch, in the gym, just to try and iron out any of those issues and problems that they may have had in qualifying.
Yeah, they'll all have their own formula. They'll all know whether they're going to repeat a third of an exercise, half an exercise, some will do a routine. Anything, it's all positive reinforcement at this stage.
And looking at the gymnasts there that are going to be competing on beam, Steingruber, she's the one to keep an eye on here. She was 2nd in qualifying, but she did fall on that piece of apparatus beam, didn't she, Chris? So she didn't make the apparatus final on that piece.
Yeah, she's a fantastic vaulter, so that always ups her mark. You know, she's really strong on that one piece, and if you've got one piece that really sets you apart from the others, as long as you're steady on the other pieces, and she's pretty good on floor as well. She's really a dynamic tumbler, so she's very experienced as well. Of the gymnasts sort of in contention, she's the most experienced. She's 21 years old, and she's done a few, you know, she's been there before.
And it's an interesting point, isn't it, where you start on which piece of apparatus, because the Olympic order is generally, you know, vault, bars, beam and floor, but you can see the groups are starting on different pieces here. If you were still competing, Chris, where would you like to start? Because I think maybe with vault you get a lot of that tension out of the way, do you? Or?
Yes, vault or bars really, because the big thing about bars, if you start on bars, you get the two really tricky pieces where it's easy to make mistakes on bars and beam out the way, and you finish on vault, which is just one dynamic go for it. So, but on the other hand, if you start on beam and you perform well, you're set up. If Steingruber goes through well on beam, she'll be difficult to beat today.
And just a word on Ellie Downey. She qualified for the bars final. That's where she's starting. So a good piece for her, Mitch.
Yeah, they've all got their favourite apparatus to start, and a good start is so important.
Well, Thor's daughter will be hoping for a good start on vault. This is the 7th highest qualifier here, just 16 years old, so one of the youngest competitors here in Montpellier. Gymnasts in this all-around competition just get one vault. And this piece of apparatus over so quickly. Thor's daughter, Netherlands.
Nice and clean. You can't go full twist. She's a good, solid performer, as they thought up.
Most of the gymnasts favouring this round-off vault. The flip-on allows them to get their hands back quickly and drive up into the air. Slight bend of the knees, tiny bit off direction, but there wasn't too much wrong with that vault. You saw the 5 at the end of the runway. That means it's marked out of 5. That's its tariff. A maximum of 15 the judges will be taking from that.
see gentle relief on her face there as the first of 4 pieces of apparatus are over. This Diana Bullimar. Sally Thor's daughter scores a 13.7. That's a good, solid start for the all-around competition. Romanian gymnast Bullimar, this her only final, so she is a bit of a vault specialist. She qualified in 11th place.
And Romania renowned for powerful vaulters. Very nice, very clean, just a fairly simple vault again, a full twist, but you saw straight down the middle, landed on that line.
It was pin sharp, that one, Mitch. Oh, Claudia Fragapane, Great Britain. Her bid, all around medal starts here.
Straight up to the high bar, half a turn. Super well flighted front somersault, Jaeger somersault. Full pirouette, immediately down to the low bar. That's difficult combinations. Turns straight into the turn off and up high again. Lots of flight. She's hitting those handstand shapes well. Builds up now. Big dismount needed. Perfect straight body. Just a step on dismount. That was a very good start for her.
Good time to bring in Beth Tweddle, I think. OK, let's get reaction on that.
That was a great start for Claudia. It's probably one of her weakest apparatus, but it was clean and tidy. She's not giving much for the judges. You can see there the Jaeger somersault. She's catching on those straight arms, which the judges are really looking for. But she's really improved on this piece of apparatus. You can see when she's going for it, she's confident. There's no hesitation going for that full turn. Straight down to that low bar, and the whole routine was flowing.
Lovely punchy start, wasn't it?
13.766 for Diana Bullimar. She goes into the lead. Still a long, long way to go in this all-round competition.
And interesting for Claudia Fragapane, she opted for the little more simple routine. She tried a big toe on Kachev in qualification, fell on it. So today she decided to play a little bit safer.
Bullimar's teammate, Jurka, warms up for her floor routine. And Laura Jurka, a floor specialist too. She's made the floor final, which we'll be able to see on Sunday.
The Romanian team not looking quite so powerful. Didn't have any gymnasts in the top 6 in qualification.
Just for the gymnast score, but that is in now. So Laura Jurka from Romania can start her floor routine.
Well, we're used to seeing some power. Let's see what's in store. Nice pulling back out, a little bit deep on the landing. Triple twist. Gotta watch that pike down. Try and be stretched all the way. Double pike. Nice and safe so far. It's important. Safety through the double tuck. Not her strongest apparatus, but a good, safe, competent start.
Yeah, Beth, would you have expected more from somebody who made the floor final?
It's very difficult. I mean, obviously she is a youngster, she's stepping up into the senior ranks, so it's a hard stepping stone, but she went out there and did a clean routine, and obviously we can see Claudia's still waiting for that score on bars. That is the most nerve-wracking point of your gymnastics career, because you can't control it. Once you've done your routine, you've just got to sit and wait.
Well, the score is in, 13.4. She's in 5th at the moment, Claudia Fragapane for Great Britain.
That's a good score for that routine. She'll be pretty happy with that.
Claire Martin, French gymnast, bars.
Quite a quiet start there, down to the low bar. Just a shade off the handstand. You could see the bent elbows as she caught the high bar. But lovely shapes, really nice, smooth, and a little split of the legs as she turned. Those are all the deductions the judges will find. Now the little tiny split of the legs. The beautiful feet and knees, good extension. Smoothly into a double pike. Oh, and big steps backwards there. Quite a simple routine, really. Very classy work.
But 16 years old, Mitch. I mean, it's an exciting time, isn't it? At this period in the kind of the Olympic cycle, when obviously with Rio coming up next year and what have you, the younger gymnasts are coming through. It's vital to get this experience.
This is a testing ground. That's what it is.
Jerker 13.733.
You know, these E-jury, Chris, these days, they're so strict on, they're so difficult to get a score anywhere in the 8s for an E-score.
That's right, out of 10 the E-score is, and they are very vigilant, hawk-eyed, the judges.
Well, this is Martina Roselli. She actually replaces Vanessa Ferrari, who made this final but pulled out. So this is her replacement, Italian, on floor.
Nice double out. No problems at all. Twisting in the double quite easily. And big boots to fill. Ferrari's fantastic on floor, of course. Big responsibility for her to step in. So far, so good. Oh, little stagger there on the double tuck. Accelerate through the flick, double pike, a little bit low on the landing. Well done.
Well, yeah, not much time to prepare. I think she had the news yesterday that she was going to be in this all-around competition. Bit of beam warm-up, bit of focus. Claire Martin, 11.666. So into 11th.
And can you see those legs wide apart in the round-off backflip? Now that's where the judges giving the execution score, take the marks away. And the double straight, lovely open hips, but the knees were bent. So that tumble will have cost her. The judges doing the execution will have deducted a fair bit there.
I always said you should have been a judge, Christine. No more tighter than you.
So, Julia Steingruber starts her bid for the all-round medal on beam. She fell in qualifying on this piece of apparatus and still qualified in second.
And that was a very nice change leg leap mount. Got two important combinations there, the free walk over into the jump. And then the two jumps linked. Confident with the acrobatic series. Every gymnast has to include an acrobatic series for a top score. Another element that has to be performed, a full spin. Strong pike front somersault. She's a very powerful gymnast. Moves smoothly and elegantly. Well, she's certainly going for all the links. Joined those two, the change leg and the side somersault, very well. It's those links that lift the D score, the difficulty score. Change leg with half turn. Little smile. She's nearing the end of the routine now. Now, watch this. Very unusual dismount. Straight gainer somersault with full twist. Very difficult. It's quite unimpressive in that it doesn't lift off the beam, but it's very difficult and very well scored.
Rizali scores 13.333, puts her into 8th. But Beth, a word on Steingruber. I mean, she looks very, very focused. She feels like she's been on the scene for a long, long time, but this could be her year.
She has, and this competition she looks fitter than I've seen her for a long time.
So, Perez Campos, the 17-year-old from Spain.
Nicely controlled in that spin. Good start. Now let's see what the tumbling's like. Oh, a little bit wild in the full twisting double. Couple of whips, flicks through to double tuck. Nice simple double twist, just to set the rhythm and pace, the calming influence of the routine. Oh dear, heavy deduction. Such a shame on the very last gasp in that routine.
Yes, and that will be one whole mark deduction when you put your hands right down like that. You don't need to be a hawk-eyed judge to see it. It's a definite one whole mark deduction. Just ran out of steam a little bit because the tumbles at the beginning were impressive. Here we go, just not quite enough time in the air to get round twice. Just needed a little bit more efficiency. This was good though, 2 whips in a row and then 2 flips. Good head position, spins the double back.
Steingruber goes into 2nd place after her beam routine, 14.375. That would have been the 2nd highest beam score if she'd done that in qualification.
Well,
Ellie Downey, what a qualification competition she had. We heard her say earlier she got a personal best. Just hoping to replicate that performance here.
well, she's been a strong junior but a little inexperienced at this level. That's the forward element. She just has to work and fight for it, but she does well. Watch this. Shap straight into a Kachev. That's 2 huge elements linked. And this, full pirouette into a pike Kachev. Really big releases. She's such a powerful, strong gymnast. Has to control this though. Hits that handstand well. Very smoothly. She can generate lots of power. She's winding up into the big double straight. Excellent routine from Ellie Downey.
What a great start, and I'm sure that will be a confidence builder, Beth.
It sure will. I mean, obviously she's following in her big sister's footstep with a fantastic bar routine.
12.466 for Campos. Daria Spiridonova from Russia.
Nice high, confident leap. Gathering speed. Triple twist with pace. She got that foot out there. Expensive. I'm not sure on the landings, and she's slightly ungainly in her run and her approach. It's strange, really. Contrast to her elegance. Safely through those 2 combination spins. She fell on the double pike. That looks like the curse move of the day.
It seemed to be getting heavier and heavier, that routine, as it went on, Chris.
It did. She's a really fabulous spar worker. That's what she's renowned for, and struggled on the dynamic tumbling aspects of that routine. Beautiful leaps, though.
Well, Ellie, that's that tentative weight now.
I think it was better.
Well, the wait's over. She's gone into third. That's 14.233. What a great start for Ellie Downey.
Well, that really is. But this is the gymnast everyone's watching.
Top qualifier, Maria Kalankova.
So efficient. The stoop in, if the feet don't touch, the level of the skill goes up. So there's the flight to the high bar, and she did it from a stoop, immediately down to the low bar again. She's already built really impressive difficulty there. Lots of difficult moves linked. A relatively simple swing turn, and that went the wrong way. She's going to do it again. There we go. To get the half turn into the front somersault. So she had to put extra elements in, and now a little bit scrappy, but she's saved it well. Full twisting double back. Big step, well, not a big step, a bit of a step there, but she really performed well there to cover up.
You have to have an exit strategy, don't you? If something goes wrong, you've got to think really fast.
Yes, well, the Russian champion called on all of her previous experience there, but still just 16 years old, Mitch.
Incredible. She looks so confident. Lovely transfers. Clean, high, confident. Perfect in the handstand, but there was that big old error.
Spiridonova, 12.3. My face says it all, I think. 17th place. My bid is out the window.
She has to pick herself up now. 3 more apparatus to go.
Johan Heiss from France.
Bustling run. Yurchenko full, popular vote of the day, slightly askew there. Have to stay straight down the middle, as Bing Crosby might say.
And with the way the marks are on the matting, it's so obvious when it's offline these days. But she just pushed slightly more from one hand than the other. Initiated the twist off the top a little bit.
So how costly will that the wrong side of that move B. Krankova. She went up into that handstand, and instead of going over the bar, she came back this way. The judges are deliberating on this one, Chris.
They are. She repeated an element, but she didn't actually have a fall, or, you know, everyone would know she meant to go over in the first time, but she did it again. She covered it up very well. The stoop half into the Jaeger would be a bonus, so she won't get that bonus because she didn't get the stoop half. She used a different turn the next time, but really it shouldn't be massively costly. A couple of 3/10.
Yeah, I mean, Amanda always used to say sometimes in competition you have those training routines, and she will have done that a number of times in training and learned the get-out cause. I mean, it'll cost you a couple of tenths, but it's better than that full mark and would put her straight out of contention for a medal. So she's still got that all-important fight in her.
Well, she'll get another chance as well because she made the bars final. She was third highest qualifier for that. Still waiting as the gymnasts move on, so she'll move on to beam now. Ali Downey still in third. The score obviously hasn't come in yet, but Steingruber second, and Fasana is currently in the lead. So will it be more or less than 14.233, that score, and will Ellie be ahead of her? No comment from anybody there. No comment from anyone.
No, you sounded so masterful, Matt.
I'm actually thinking it might go below that. I think just a very low 14. But we're calculating what it was. It was, mind you, it was 14.73 without the error. So it could well still stay, if we said 2 or 3 tenths, it could still stay at about 14.3. We will see.
Well, the key for Ellie is just to forget everything and just focus on the next piece, Mitch. I mean, you know all about this from a coach's perspective, taking gymnasts round in an all-round competition.
Next apparatus mentality. That's what the phrase is, and they have to develop it. It's a skill.
Yeah, interestingly, Beth, how does it compare? Well, there's the score. It's 14.066. She's in fourth, behind Ellie Downey, as we have had one piece of apparatus, so still 3 to go. There's confirmation. Fasana, the leader. Steingruber, watch out for her. I mean, to score 14.375 on beam is very, very strong. Ellie Downey in bronze medal at the moment, with the highest qualifier, Karankova, in fourth. We can see Claudia Fragapani is in 10th, so still in with a shout there.
Oh yes, and that's her weakest piece. Although, of course, beam can be a strong or weak for anybody. When you say next apparatus mentality, when it's the beam, you've definitely got to not get excited, keep calm and keep focused.
And these the gymnasts hoping to improve on their next piece after a few little wobbles on piece number 1. But yeah, all the gymnasts have walked round, moved on to their next piece. So yeah, Beth, we were just saying there the difference between being a specialist, just concentrating on one piece, or having that mindset of going round.
Yeah, it's difficult. With the all-around competition, you've got to be able to pick yourself up and just treat it as one piece at a time. But obviously, if you have a mistake, you've got to forget that mistake. You've still got another 3 apparatus to kind of show them what you're made of. And especially if you've still got high difficulty, you can still be in with a chance of a sort of top 8 finish or even medals. So, yeah, there's going to be a few disappointed gymnasts there, but there's still a long way to go in this competition.
And I mean, psychologically as well, when you're competing against other gymnasts on the world stage, if they know that you are somebody that, it doesn't affect you if you have a wobble, I mean, that says a lot, doesn't it?
It does. You can, I mean, I'm very much just used to keep myself in my own little zone. You don't watch the other competitors going on. So half the time, if another gymnast has made a mistake, you won't even have realised they've made a mistake. You try not to look at the scoreboards. The coaches are there. They can do that. They can worry about what you need to score and stuff. But Amanda was always heavily focused. Do what you do in the gym, and you can't control anyone else. Was
it quite difficult to ignore other people's scoreboards?
It can be, especially in an apparatus final, because you literally are sat by the boards, and there's, even if you don't watch the routine, you can hear from the crowds oohing and ahhing whether it's a good routine, and you can hear the splat sometimes. So, so you do try and take yourself off into a corner and sort of block out everything that's going on, but you will have a vague idea of what's going on.
So a word about our gymnasts then, moving from bars. They're moving on to beam, so Claudia Fragapane, she'll be the last to go. She did qualify for the beam final, actually, so this is a good piece of apparatus for her, Chris. But first of all, we'll go to Pian Kudetsa from Poland on floor. She was fourth back at the European Championships in 2011 on this piece of apparatus.
2.5 twist into front somersault with full twist. Does everything from the round off. Round off, double Arabian punch front, no flips. Super spin. Oh, and a good high 1.5. Turning straddle jump. Lots of marks given for artistry, as well as the leaps, jumps and tumbles. And this routine is very well performed. Double twist in front. Showing all her experience and pleasure at competing.
And she's had quite a bit of experience because she's the oldest gymnast on the park, 27 years old. It's not that old, is it, Beth?
Not at all, no.
It's not old at all.
So good powerful tumbles, but just a little bit untidy on occasion. I think this might be the first tumble. Now you can see the 2.5, but the legs are a little bit apart and twisted, yes. Much better on the front somersault there. So there will be some deductions, but there'll be plenty of marks given for artistry, for sureness of performance.
Do you know what? That enjoyment does show through, doesn't it?
It does,
I think she
indeed.
really likes being out there. Great to see.
Hughes from France.
L'Ukraine dans un instant.
This bars routine.
Christina Sankova. Et à la table de saut, vous avez applaudi Anna Perez-Campos pour l'espace.
Nice in the pirouette. Little bit footy in the transfer, in the pack. Oh, and lost her legs a little there. Short on handstand. Come on, you need to get it back. Jaeger safely negotiated. Calming down a little bit now. Hits that handstand okay. There's the dismount and she recovered well. A few dodgy moments there though.
But double high five to hang on and keep going. I mean, that's the key, isn't it? Grit in when you need to and just keep that swing going.
Difficult routine.
14.166 for Pian Kudetsa.
Started really well, this routine. The pirouette was right on top of the bar. She was able to pause, readjust her hands and then do the next element.
Is that deductible heavily, Chris? Because in men's parallel bars, if you're handy, it's very expensive.
No, it's not really, because the gymnasts travel across the bar, as you can see here, and there's to get themselves back to the centre of the bar. It's not heavily deducted. That was a good front somersault, and then she's straight into the dismount, full twisting double back. Didn't use any giants to wind up.
Was that a ping, Beth?
No, I mean, that routine was great, and obviously that landing, she nailed it, but to me it looked like the floor hit her rather than her hitting the floor.
Daria Spiridnova, Russia.
And lovely flight, good direction on the full twisting, straight Yurchenko. But if you're bidding for one of the top 3 places, you need a more difficult vault than that. To 15, one of the best we've seen.
Seemed to pike down very, very prematurely here. I'm a fan. If you select a shape, a straight shape, you've got to keep it straight. Look at this, way piked.
He scores 13.966 for her bars. That's relatively consistent with the scoring.
Did well, yeah. Well, she did well then to recover.
Up into 7th for Spiridnova, but still a lot of gymnastics to go. This second rotation, you can't really tell who's doing what until the end, until every single gymnast has been on those pieces of apparatus. But Carmona Obaño from Spain is next. 22 years old. She was the 19th highest qualifier. It's top 24.
Full twist. Again, the pike down, but I've got to stop that, because once you start seeing things, you get obsessed with it.
Seemed to come to quite an abrupt end, that vault.
Yeah.
Interestingly, if you select a straight Yurchenko, just the straight, if you pike down like this, the judges probably wouldn't give you the straight. But once you put the full twist in, they're sort of committed to crediting you with a straight full twist, and the pike down becomes a little bit more acceptable. But it'll still be deducted. The best of these vaults will score in the 14s. 14-1 maximum, probably.
Steingruber. She was in 2nd place after the first piece of apparatus. Here she is on floor. She's been European champion. My mistake. European bronze medalist a few years ago on this piece of apparatus, but she is the highest qualifier for the floor final.
So she'll be very, very keen to set a big score up here. Super, super leap. She was easily round the 1.5 turns. How about the tumble? Full twisting double straight, very clean landing. Another big tumble on its way. Double straight summy. Little bobble on landing. Smoothly into this 3rd tumble, the half turn straight in, double pike. Mixing confident leaps and tumbles. Good change of tempo. Now needs all her power and energy into the finish. Double pike, no doubting there.
Oh, she's got her eye on this title. Goodness me. And she still has her strongest piece vault to come. She's the one to beat, Mitch.
She is such high, clean, tumbling, and great purpose with her work.
Nous avons le plaisir d'accueillir aux asymétriques la Hongrie avec
The power.
en force dans ce championnat nous présente à la poule.
Lovely technique in the full twisting double straight. Leads with the chest, not with the hips at takeoff, which is excellent technique. See again, it's a long way round and she copes with it beautifully. Just a little bobble on the landing.
En préparation,
So much power.
la gymnaste.
That was a double puck, not a double tuck. Lovely shape, lots of rotation.
13.6 for the Spaniard on vault. That's her into 9th at this stage of the competition. So, after the first piece, Great Britain's Ellie Downey was in 3rd. Here she goes with her second of 4 pieces of apparatus, the tentative beam. What will she be thinking now, Chris?
Well, it's not always historically Ellie's best piece of apparatus. Her sister Becky is very good on beam. Ellie is a real powerful, dynamic gymnast. But she's got some very powerful dynamic elements. She just has to harness that power.
Come on, Ellie, just compose yourself.
Quiet start. Good, strong front somersault. Lands really upright. And tuck back, securely done. Two difficult leaps, links, the change leg leap and the change leg half. This is difficult. Very difficult under pressure, and she performed it really well. The double spin and the all-important acrobatic series. Lifts, controls. Needs to keep focus. 2 leaps, you have to join 2 leaps. Side somersault, being precise here. Well, she's been very focused, very controlled. She needs all the dynamic work for the dismount. 2.5 twists, really strong. What a routine from Ellie Downey.
This is good stuff from the 15-year-old, with floor and vault still to come. Come on, Ellie.
Such confidence. Rock solid.
Ce sont les Pays-Bas qui préparent les barres asymétriques avec Eitora Dordotti.
Ooh. But she was always going to stay on. You could see the focus in her eyes, couldn't you? Interestingly, at the British Championships 3 weeks ago, she competed a standing Arabian, that's a half turn and front somersault, and she did a double Arabian dismount. So she's gone for a little bit more security here, which is probably a very wise decision. It's still full of difficulty.
Great dismount.
She's such a wonderfully spatially aware gymnast, isn't she?
2.5 twists as easy as you like.
There's your leader, 14.566 for Steingruber. But it's interesting, that psychological point, because Karankova, who is going to be chasing for a medal now, needs to go all out. Ellie Downey, 13.891. She's in 3rd. So, Karankova now needs to go as perfect as possible here.
And Karankova, the current European champion on beam. Strong and positive into the front somersault. Join to the jump. This is her big series. All important. 1 flip, 2 flips, straight back somersault. Very nicely performed. She's got a very good rhythm to her routine. Free walkover and then the sheet jump. Just a little extra circle of the arms. few little wobbles, but she's keeping it moving. Very smooth spin with the leg up. Change leg ring, the head has to touch the foot. The change leg leap with the half turn. All these difficult leaps are given value and add towards the D score, the difficulty score. This will be a big difficulty score. Needs to be secure. 1 flip, 2 flips, punches up, double pike somersault, a big step, but that was a pretty dynamic, strong routine there.
Yes, Karankova, she's on the comeback, definitely.
She needs a big score though, more than 14-8, if she's going to take the lead.
Is she going to take the bronze away from Downey?
That was nicely joined, the front somersault immediately in. And this we've watched in training, her miss that quite a lot. She performed it very well. Very impressed really. She didn't do the greatest bar routine and she's come straight back out and really given a no-nonsense performance there. She didn't hesitate, didn't hold back, went for it.
Lovely height there, sets it up beautifully.
Avec Mademoiselle Anna Filipa Martins.
Well, this is certainly an eager weight, this. Floor and vault to go, Karankova.
Wow.
Strong pieces for her. She needs every 10th. She's going to challenge Stein-Gruber for that medal, that gold medal.
Well, qualification, she scored a 15. We haven't seen a 15 anywhere today yet.
Well, Claudia Fragapane will just have to wait until the judges have finished and given us Karankova's score.
Beams so much like men's pommels, you just cannot predict.
You can feel the tension in Claudia, can't you, Beth? You really can.
It's that deliberation. When do you go to the apparatus and how long, do you know?
I always like to be up there and sort of waiting for it to happen, and especially with bars, you're wanting to prepare the bar, but you can see with Beam there.
Look at that score, 15. Karankova goes into the lead, 0.125 ahead of Stein-Gruber. So, Claudia Fragapane, with her bid, she was in the top 10 after the first piece of apparatus.
And another gymnast that sometimes Beam's great for. She got lots of difficulty. Securely through the 2 leaps. Nice poise, confident look. This is so important. Flips. Oh, wow, how on earth did she keep that on? That shows what determination can do for you, and not a flicker. Free walkover, cleanly negotiated. This is the big skill. Standing somersault with full twist. She gets her feet on, uses her body tension to hold firm. And the sheep jump, you could see her feet above her head. She will get that counted. Oh, and what a shame after all that determination and confidence. So often late in the routine is easy to let it slip. But she needs to focus now. She's got a big dismount. Flip, flip, double pike, shows all her dynamic ability. Very disappointed with herself there.
And it being the kind of penultimate skill as well, it kind of makes it even worse, Beth.
It is, I mean, it was difficult as well. She was last up on that apparatus, so she had a long wait, and you could see how long the judges were making her wait. There's the full twisting tuck back. She had to fight for that, but it's such a difficult skill. She's such a powerful gymnast, and she uses that. Now this, me and Christine were very surprised she managed to pull that back on. She will have done that in training, and everything in her will be there trying to fight to keep on to that apparatus to prevent that fall. and then the powerful dismount, which she upgraded last year to the flick to one, flick to two, into the double back, and there's the short landing. And you can see the disappointment on her face. She knows that's not going to be a great score, and that's going to really hinder where she's going to finish.
Filipa Martins from Portugal. She did make the top 24 at the all-around competition at the World Championships last year, so quite a handy gymnast.
Put it back out, nicely done. Confident in the leaps. And controlled in the spin.
Gymnaste, vous disposez de 3 minutes de préparation.
Triple twist all the way around, nice and straight.
You have 3 minutes to be ready for the competition.
Double tuck was nice, safely through, a nice confident performance. In control. Well done.
It's the last gymnast to go on floor. 2 more pieces of apparatus to go for all of these gymnasts. Chance to see 13.833 she scored for floor. She's warming up on vault now. See Ferrari there. Interesting.
Yeah, helping her teammates chalk up the bars, because some gymnasts choose to wear handguards and use the chalk, whereas some gymnasts prefer no handguards and prefer just sort of honey and chalk on the bar. So it's quite nice to have your teammate there to help you prepare the bar, but also a bit of moral support.
I think she's been that well, Ferrari. I think that's the reason she gave for pulling out.
Yeah, because at the last year and the start of this year, she's been looking fab and in the best form ever that we've seen her, and unfortunately she hasn't quite shown through on these championships.
So there is confirmation of the standings after 2 pieces of apparatus, so halfway round. Karankova in gold medal position with Steingruber just 1.25 behind her. Jerker in 3rd, Ellie Downery in 4th. So she's just about 0.4 off that top 3. See further down, Fragapani's gone down to 17th just off this, see there, score of 25.833 at the moment.
Very costly, the beam, make or break moment it is indeed.
Claudia has obviously still got her 2 best piece of apparatus to come, and there's only a few gymnasts on the vault that are actually performing the double twisting Yuchenko, and they are sort of Ellie and Claudia, so their scores will jump up towards the end because vault's their last apparatus.
And of course Steingruber is a really strong vaulter as well. That'll give her the edge. If she can go relatively cleanly through her bars, I think it will be very difficult for anyone to catch her, but she still of course has to go cleanly through bars, and it's probably her least good piece.
And that's the piece she's finishing on as well, so that will be playing on her mind a little bit, no doubt. But yeah, Steingruber moves over to vault. Sankova from Ukraine will be the first gymnast to vault. She's currently in 23rd position. So, penultimate piece of apparatus then, Sankova.
Power powerful, good strong round off, lovely height on that full twisting straight somersault, but direction again left a bit to be desired.
But on first glance, it was straight. Let's see if she holds on to that shape. Pretty good.
She actually flips offline, doesn't she, when you see from the overhead camera?
Good on shape, bad on direction. Oh, yeah.
She's already off direction by the time the hands touch. So we haven't yet seen a gymnast score a 14 for that vault. That's what they'll all be after, so that means that their execution score would be less than 1 mark off. She's creeping up.
13.8. Sankova. Take no notice of the ranked first. It's just because she was the first gymnast to go in that rotation. So Steingruber then. Second place after the last piece of apparatus. She is a phenomenal vaulter. Looking to that skill to put her on top of that podium here at the European Championships.
Power personified. Yes! 1.5 twists, beautifully done. Little bounce back, forgive her that. That's powerful vaulting.
And when you think the tariff for that vault is 6.2. So she starts at a 16.2. Deductions for a little bit direction, but only a little bit. Legs not bad. Tiny bit of deduction for legs apart. But massive height. She comes on forward. She blocks up. Right up high. Snaps. And then 1.5 twists in the straight somersault.
You could almost sense the enjoyment in that vault because she's got so many vaults in the locker, hasn't she, Mitch?
That's a huge vault, yes. She's good. She's got a selection. But she's chosen correctly today.
Shouldn't be too much for the judges to deliberate on there.
Well, we've seen 1:15 in this competition so far.
Yep, scores out quickly. It's 15.266. It's enormous. So, Kalenkova with it all to do. First chance to see Barbara Moksova. So Moksova, 18 years old, with her third piece.
Gymnasts have to work low to the beam. Many of them choosing to do that as soon as they do the mount. Very well performed, backflip and layout somersault. One of the few gymnasts to wear shoes on the beam. Good height on those leaps. Smooth on the free walkover. Oh, now that was a sheep jump where you're meant to touch your head, and she will not get that credited. The feet were a long, long way from the head. Good, strong free cartwheel. 8 elements. The most difficult 8 elements get counted for the difficulty score. 3 of them have to be non-acrobatic, so they have to be leaps or spins. And the dismount has to be included. So we've seen good acrobatics. There, the spin. And the gainer somersault dismount, height there. An efficient routine, not huge difficulty, but smooth. Gymnasts can choose whether or not to use shoes on the beam. Many don't, because you can grip a little bit with your toes. And if the judges think that was a straight gainer, it gets more marks, but I think it probably was counted as a pike.
Elle est médaillée d'Europe sur cette agrafée. Elle est russe. Elle s'appelle Daria Spiridonova.
It's a fun dismount though, the gainer, isn't it?
It is, and actually it's very quiet and looks easy, but it's not.
Full twist.
Caselli.
Very popular vault.
La Russie s'élance au bas. Et la Grande-Bretagne à la
Quite an efficient conversion. Pops up nicely. There's your full twist. The round off. A little bit loose-legged and a slight pike down.
So Great Britain's Ellie Downey was in 4th after the last piece of apparatus. Around 0.4 off the top 3.
Elisa Downey, Grande-Bretagne. Au sol. Et l'Italienne.
Vault to go after floor. This is Great Britain's Ellie Downey.
Now, watch out for this first big tumble. Very difficult. And she bounded out of it in qualification. She'll be keen to control it, but she mustn't hold back. Huge double piked Arabian, beautifully performed. Now the twisting, the 1.5 walk out into a huge 2.5 twist, just a step out. The big leaps that have to be included. Another difficult tumble coming up. Gallops into it. Double tuck Arabian, really securely done. Become a lot more elegant in this last few months. Grown into being a senior, just needs a big final tumble. Here we go. Double tuck, just a step. Really strong performance from Ellie.
She did well to contain all of that power and all of that energy that she had there. I mean, some big landings off some big moves.
They have actually changed the style on the floor, so it is a lot bouncier, and you can see some of the gymnasts are struggling to contain that energy and also absorb each of the landings. But our girls and boys team have had the opportunity to train on these floors during their training camps, and you can see it's really paying off. And here's the 1.5 into the 2.5, slightly stepping out of the floor, but obviously the rest of the routine was really clean.
So much power. You know, on these double Arabians, the temptation is to go around the corner, but she sets it up quite well. And the double tuck wasn't as impressive as the double pike, but it was the end of the routine. Difficult work.
Philippa Martins scores 13.833 for vault. So Beth, for all of those that have never had the opportunity to somersault and land, what is the key to a really good landing, especially when you're doing a high tumble like that and you're twisting all over the place?
Obviously the gymnasts have a lot of spatial awareness, so you have to learn to control how many twists you're doing, how many somersaults, and most gymnasts say, do you keep your eyes open? And to be honest, it isn't. It's because you're so spatially aware and you're learning that awareness through the number of times that you're doing it. And then obviously when you're coming into the land, you have to bend your knees, absorb all of that power that's going from the somersault suddenly to the landing.
Karen Cover looks like she's listening to you. Just a final bit of advice
Well, she ought
from
to listen.
a world champion.
She ought to listen.
Exactly. So Ellie Downey, 13.662. At the moment, it says second, but Karankova is yet to come. Maria Karankova then was leading this competition after the last piece of apparatus.
And what's she got to offer? Double rating, nicely done. Little leap at the end, just to show she's under control. Elegant and confident. Oh. Sets it up nicely from the walkout. Light and deft of touch. Oh, look at those whips. All the power in there. Oh, nearly lost another triple. Lovely contrast in tempo and rhythm of music. She uses it very effectively. And a double pike to wrap it up. Nicely done indeed.
Well, it's Steingruber's vault for Karankova's floor.
And that was a very nice controlled performance for Karankova. I've seen her come up through the junior ranks, and often floor's been a little bit her undoing, in that she'll start well and then fall on or take a few steps out the second tumble, but she really performed that very nicely. And she's a very classical gymnast, isn't she? Beautiful arms, hands, feet stretched.
Well, Steingruber scored 15.266 for vault. And she was just behind.
Is she going to get 15 for that? They're very rare.
Very
rare indeed.
Yeah, she scored in qualification of 14.066. This was better. I think it will probably go more middle 14, but it's you have to do something very special on floor to score a 15.
Laura Jaka. European junior silver medalist on this piece of apparatus last year, and this is the first year of senior competition.
Big clear circle into Kachev. An impressive start. Clear circle with full turn into the Ginger somersault. Cleanly caught, but the turn was quite late. Somersaulting from the high bar to the low, back up again. You can see she's just having to use a bit of strength to get up there, but that's another good clear circle. She uses that skill well. Full pirouette, big dismount coming. Here we go, full twisting double back. It was a strong routine. There were a few areas to deduct, but it swung well.
It does, and obviously Romanian are renowned for not having the best bars apparatus routine, so it's great to see that she's got a high difficulty in there. There was a few bits and pieces that could have been a little bit better. You can see the coach is stepping in a lot throughout that routine. She is a very petite gymnast, and he's just making sure of her safety throughout.
It's the one apparatus that the coach is allowed to stand on the floor for.
Well, 14.133 is a slight improvement from qualification, but she is a mark behind Steingruber, who leads the field.
And how?
Claudia Fragapane for Great Britain. She's in the floor final.
And this is a special floor routine. masses of difficulty. Full twisting, double straight to start, easily inside the floor. High energy routine. Suits her personality. We have another huge tumble here. Double Arabian. And very unusual. Jump to the floor. A bit of break dancing on the floor that we've come to expect from Claudia. This is a new tumble this season. Very clean triple twist. So we've had 3 huge tumbles, strong leaps. What are we going to see here? She's powering in. Wow, double straight to finish. How about that? Non-stop power.
She had a lot to prove, I think, there after being. She came on. Goodness me, the Commonwealth champion did not disappoint on that piece of apparatus.
She landed on a patch of glue for that dismount. Unbelievable double land. Terrific work.
Congratulated by her coach Helen Potter there from Bristol Hawks Gymnastic Club. She's coached Claudia from a very little girl.
Harnesses his power so well. Triple twist. Controls it eventually.
Interesting you're talking about the rebound in that floor as well, Beth. I mean, that really did help, didn't it? It really appealed to Claudia's kind of style.
I mean, she's so powerful energy anyway, but obviously she's been able to upgrade her tumble. I mean, everyone just watched in amazement doing a double straight last tumble. Most people struggle to put a double straight first. When I first saw her at Lilleshall training it, I was just like, wow, you can see it here. And like Mitch said, just super glue for that landing. So she had a point to prove after beam. She came out, she forgot that mistake and went out and showed everyone what she's really made of. So really pleased for her.
Worth a second look, wasn't it?
And you know, she really showed her value as a gymnast there. Put it behind you.
Next apparatus mentality.
12.866 for Jerka. Up into 6th. Diana Budimar, been a European medalist on this piece of apparatus before, a couple of years ago. Fragapane 14.533.
And she'll be thinking that bodes well for floor final, that score. She'll have been very pleased as well to get another opportunity to tumble on this floor. Every floor's a bit different, isn't it, Beth?
It is, and obviously you only actually get your podium training and then the qualification on the actual floor. And it's very different to the training gym, so it helps. She's got the all-around ready for that floor final.
Budimar then with her penultimate piece of apparatus. 19-year-old takes the beam.
And the Romanian's renowned for great beam work. And she's solid and confident with that opening series. Just a little bit hesitant on the landing of the free walkover. Oh, when she had to fight there. This apparatus is so much about confidence. She's had a couple of wobbles completely unnecessarily, really. But just once you've had a couple of mistakes in competition, it sort of snowballs on you. Needs to find a bit of rhythm. That's very, very simple and not terribly well performed series there. Not what we've come to expect from Romanian beam workers. That's more like it. Good. Change leg, quarter turn. She's fought well. Needs to keep this concentration. Double pike. Efficient landing. No major breaks, but not quite that smooth, confident rhythm that you need.
Obviously, in the absence of some of the great names from the world in the European Championships this time around, aren't we, Chris, with Yordaki and also Mustafina not here. So the door really is open at this Championships.
The door is open. Yordaki is injured, and Mustafina as well, coming back from injury. But it's really quite a lot. The next generation, Karen Kova, quite young. She and Ellie Downey competed at Junior Europeans, or at EOF at the European Youth Festival together. They fought for the top spot there 2 years ago, and it's the next generation coming along. The changing of the guard, ready for Rio, I think.
And are you noticing a different style at all with any of the gymnastics? You know, we were saying earlier that the Romanians aren't really that great on bars. Obviously, they've spent a lot of time there. Different style, different dynamic perhaps coming through?
They just don't seem to be so utterly confident. Would you say that, Beth?
Yeah, I mean, the difficulty level is really going up in gymnastics at the minute.
Let's look at Spiridonova on uneven bars.
Tiny bit late on the pirouette, but nice transfer from it. Nice, clean style, lovely in the pipe, Jaeger. Tiny bit late, but that's a clean exercise.
Clean exercise and packed with enough difficulty to take her up into 7th, look.
Yes, top qualifier she was in the qualification on bars and scored 15.3 there.
15.350. Yeah, that is the highest score that we've seen this afternoon on bars. She needed that, didn't she?
She did indeed, and there were a couple of lovely combinations there.
In fact, the highest score of the whole competition so far.
So clean in execution, though.
It's a score worthy of Beth Tweddle, that one, isn't it? Still a bit low for you.
Did you make 16 ever, Beth?
A couple of times, yeah.
That's
But
nice.
that was when we were allowed 10 elements. These guys have, obviously the code's slightly changed. They're only allowed to count 8 of their top elements now rather than the 10.
How do you feel watching this right now?
When I look at it, you think, oh, I'd love to be out there. But then on the flip side of it, you think, I know how much hard work and obviously the injuries, the effort that goes into it. And you can see, obviously, Yordaki, Mustafina, they're conserving themselves. They're coming back from injury. And we've got this World Championships at the end of the year, which is more important than this Europeans because they want to help their teams qualify for Rio. And so the coaches will have made that hard decision. I mean, I saw a video from Yordaki and she was quite upset not to be there. She's one that loves competing, to have to sit and watch it. She'll be back in Romania now doing all her rehab, doing all the training, thinking,
yeah,
I wish I was out there. I know I could be scoring the top scores. So it is difficult.
And when you see the youngsters coming up, I mean, thinking of Ellie Downey, what are you saying to her right now?
I think for me, it's just the confidence levels in British gymnasts in general have just improved. They're not now, when you go to a training camp, they're not just there to do their routines to go to a Europeans. They are thinking, we can make a final on this, we need to put this extra 0.1 in because that'll make the difference between getting a final or getting a medal. So the mentality within the whole of British gymnastics, girls and boys, has just, in the past sort of 4 or 5 years, has totally snowballed, I would say.
And I think you would say, like on the women's team, the competition for these 4 spots has been very high. Ellie Downey was not in with a hope of making the team 4 weeks ago. It's just she's really risen at the right moment, and 1 or 2 other people have just sort of slid away a little bit. But they've had to fight very hard to make this team.
And I think that's always healthy, because if you've got someone kicking at your toes, you're always thinking, I can't not do this, or I can't not upgrade. I mean, the biggest strides that British Gymnastics has made on the women's side is vault. The fact now that nearly all of our gymnasts have double twisting Yachenkos, and in this competition it's going to make a massive difference to give them that little edge for the all-around medal. I mean, both Ellie, Amy, Claudia, they've all got that double twist there, and so now when we're going into a team event, it's not a case of we're having to pick which full twist is the best. It's a case of we're putting out a full team of doubles.
Well, talking of that skill, look, Ellie Downey in third. Steingruber leads the field, Karankova in second. Great Britain, can she stay there? One more piece to go. Come on, Ellie, goodness me. Claudia Fragapane is in 13th. Confident she can do it, I don't know.
I think she can.
You do you, Beth?
Yeah, I do.
Well, she's finishing on vault.
She's finishing on vault, where we've just been talking about this difficulty. She's got a great double twist, so she just obviously needs to keep that focus. And here's your leader with her coach Zoltan, and bars is her weakest, but she also knows that she usually can go from A to B, so
yeah,
fingers crossed she can.
But she has a mark to play with.
Yeah.
Here we go. Julia Steingruber with her final piece of apparatus in this women's all-around competition. This for gold.
Good solid start. Tiny bit late on the pivot. Nice in the ginger. The back went well, just a little bit loose in the legs. Such an important routine. Akilov. Needs to stick it, just a pace back. Oh, she's got a mark to play with.
Yeah, the coach thinks she's done enough. It's definitely a medal, but the question is, what colour?
Oh, I think that's enough for the gold. I'd be very surprised.
That's solid gold.
If not. It was a bit wavery in the middle, wasn't it? It swayed from side to side a bit in the middle.
That was pure determination to get through, knowing that European title, massive high ginger, looking, coach just stands in there, but really not necessary. She was confident with that skill.
But I think that's when you've trained well and you've done the numbers in training, done that routine again and again, even if it's not going absolutely fantastic. Like that, the mark-off was a little bit sideways, wasn't it? But she knew she was strong enough to keep going there. Very impressive.
Wow. And Ellie Downey is in third position at the moment. Just one more piece of apparatus to go. The vault. It will be over very, very quickly, so
well, she's
absolute focus is key.
Just returning from an ankle injury, and she hadn't actually competed this. She didn't compete this at the British Championship. She just did it in the qualification. So really needs to be focused and determined.
Can Ellie Downey get a European all-round medal? We're about to find out.
Lots of power. Big block. Two twists. Dead in the middle. Wow, that must be a vault to a medal. What a fantastic performance.
It's good. What a performance all round. Goodness me. Absolute composure, Mitch.
Explodes off the top. Very confident, very clean. Double twisting. No problem at all. There's the round off. Lovely conversion. Wrap in tight. Fight the landing. That's a medal, surely.
I would say so. I mean, it's great to see Ellie. End of last year, she had surgery, and like she said in her video at the beginning, she hasn't had the numbers on floor and vault. But you would never know, looking at her routines today, that she hasn't been doing that every day in training.
They're making us win.
Anticipation on Steingruber's face. It's 13.666. Well, time will tell. Time will tell. Karankova is yet to go on vault. But as it stands, there are your medalists. It's just a waiting game now for these two. Ellie Downey, look at that, 14.833. Wonderful score. Second at the moment.
So this is the gymnast who's got something to say about it.
Well, how will she spoil the party? Oh, what colour will she get? Karankova.
Just a full twist, but it's beautiful, flighted. Now, I think that will go up into 14.
Cool, that would be a big score for that vault.
Well, it was very tight, very elegant. Was it straight, Mitch?
Let's have a look. Hold on, yeah, she held on to the shape.
It veered in the middle, but it came back on. on
Even
target.
I would say that was straight. Let's have a closer look. You might get 14, Chris. You might be dead right there. Tiny, tiny pike, but come on. Lovely, light, clean, pops up. Is she going to get 14?
Gold, silver or bronze?
Well, she started off with a not great bar performance, but she's certainly built on it, hasn't she?
It's silver. It's 13.933 for Karankova. So Steingruber leads. Karankova second. Ellie Downey at the moment is in third place.
So, what a fantastic competition so far. Can anyone change this? It was Erika Fasana who was right up there, trading score for score with Ellie Downey.
Fasana has floor to go. He'll be up shortly. Well,
she needs 16.
She needs, yeah, that's impossible.
Ain't gonna happen.
That's impossible.
It ain't gonna happen.
Super high scores though, 257s, 56.6 for Ellie Downey. She's really come of age this championships.
Carmona Obaño from Spain. As we calm down, compose ourselves for B.
And you can see the gymnast composed as well. Lovely lift of the leg into the spin. Strong backflip and layout somersault. Good rhythm to this routine. Yeah, she works very nicely, performing straight into the elements. Lots of confidence. The judges deduct if you pause for too long before an element. Little pause there. But generally this routine has had good rhythm to it. That was one of the impressive things about Karankova, one of the reasons her big score. Full twisting front somersault, not such a difficult dismount, but a secure routine.
Claire Martin from France, the penultimate gymnast to go in this vault rotation.
Oh, just a straight vault, but I don't know what was just absolutely straight. I thought it was a little bit piked, Chris, I have to say it.
A little bit piked at the start, but I think she showed it straight eventually, which is what they're after.
Yeah,
I think they'll give that straight. But only marked out of 4.4, so 14.4, the maximum that can score.
Le passage de Claire Martin il y a un instant à la table de saut, cependant que Kitty Onti vient d'achever le sol.
A gymnast from your neck of the woods here, Mitch.
Oh, yeah. John Ellis.
Dans un instant, la Roumanie sera représentée par la toute jeune Laura Jurka.
And Alice, just 15 years old.
Les Pays-Bas Erika viennent de s'élancer aux asymétriques.
Nice and clean so far.
Se prépare pour le sol dans un instant.
Very conscious of handstands. Coach Waver's there. He's very meticulous coach. She's a little bit short there. This is not very difficult. She's going for style. Double pike finish from Janalis.
Going for style, and as we said, I mean, just vital experience this for these younger gymnasts. You know, a new crop that's coming through. I find it's a really exciting time to see the young talent that's coming, you know, into the sport and what there is to work with in the future.
Oh, for sure. And very much the time we'll see it. Some of these young gymnasts will be fighting for places for the Olympics, at the World Championships. Nice flighted move from the low bar to the high bar. We call it a Shaposhnikova. And there the front somersault, the Jaeger somersault.
She's nice and clean.
Thor's daughter, so from the Netherlands, her teammate, qualified 7th, which is in the floor final.
Very nice spins. Very often the Dutch gymnast perform spins very well. Strong double pike. For the women, they have to include a double rotation somersault if they want a top score. So she's done her double pike somersault. Now the twisting element. Good, clean triple twist. Sets for another pirouette. Or just fell out of that one a little bit. Lovely shoulders and arms. 2.5 twists, saved it well. Very elegant gymnast. Lovely performance.
Beautiful. Very stylish, that, Mitch. I enjoyed that one.
They work very hard on that. On the basics, they go mad. They really do take a lot of trouble over the basics. As Chris said, they keep the flavour, the elements, the dance flavour, the gymnastic elements. They work so hard on the basics and the presentation. They're very impressive to watch train.
It was a really stylish performance, and you never felt the tumbles overtook the whole performance. Lovely supple body on all the leaps, didn't look forced.
Dianalis. Sorry, I missed that score there, didn't see what that was.
12.766.
There we are. Claire Martin. 12.7 for vault. All their last pieces of apparatus as we join Erika Fasana on floor. Now she could challenge.
Small matter of about 16 points. She could challenge. Oh, very impressive double-double. I beg your pardon, she needs 14.65. Oh, she's going for it.
She's capable of an upset.
Very little so far for the judges to make a meal of. got 14 in qualifying, so can she raise the game? Nice double pike to wrap it up. Now then.
Well, I know that Beth earlier on was saying, you know, don't look at the scoreboard, but somebody will be Ellie Downey. She's in fourth, 14.5. So Ellie Downey hangs on by just over a tenth. Woo!
L'ultime gymnaste aux asymétriques sera ukrainien.
Congratulations. Quel agrès. Thank you. Quel agrès, quel agrès, quel agrès. C'est cela, voilà. Et ben voilà.
Diana Bullimar, Romania, second to last gymnast to go on floor. Just a few more performances left in this women's all-around competition. And nobody really that can challenge for that top 3 spot. So, I think it's fair to say that we have a European all-around bronze medalist in Ellie Downey.
Wow.
At 15 years old, Chris.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Be the first ever all-round medal for women at the European Championships, Great Britain.
15.
Ellie is quite part of a golden generation. She was part of that junior team that took the silver medal at the Junior Europeans last year, and both she and Amy Tinkler, who was actually qualified 6th, but because we were only allowed 2 in the final, couldn't be in this final. Juniors just having come up from that team, so it's quite a golden generation on the way. And of course, when you've got 1 or 2 pushing each other, that's what has very much happened amongst that group of gymnasts, and coaches as well, young coaches pushing each other along.
Gruber knows she's done enough now. There's nobody that can catch her at all. We're just waiting for the judges to... I'm not sure whose score we're waiting for, but...
Theodota.
Oh, the floor. Yeah, Theodota, which was a very pleasing routine. Very impressive performance from Steingruber this championships. She looked very much in control, very mature.
Le public est là. L'accueil au sol de Diana Laura Bullimar.
So Theodota scores 12.666 for floor. And that means that Diana Bullimar can perform her routine.
Really dynamic tumbler as well. Lovely double straight there. Full twisting. Double pike somersault. 2 big tumbles we've had. Really good leap. The Romanians are always very good at the leaps. In fact, they're very dynamic on floor in every aspect. Super landing. Slides in a side somersault. Gymnasts have to include a forward or sideways element as well as backwards. That's allowed to be something simple like a free walkover, free cartwheel or side somersault. So just a little pause to get her breath. Quick turn, into this big double pike. Oh, and a bound back and a step out. Good performance, but just not enough all around to be fighting for a place in the medals.
Yeah, 19 years old. She's been on the scene for quite a while, and she was like a little firework, wasn't she, a few years ago? And
suffered with some injury, grown a little bit. And just generally in Romania, there doesn't seem to be quite the programme there was once.
But the great man is back, isn't he?
Yeah, I think their real problem is that the sort of gymnastic clubs as we know them in Britain don't really exist in quite the same way in Romania. It's very much a state-funded programme, and if the funding's not there so much, there isn't the sort of structure that countries like Great Britain, USA, Holland have in their club setups. And of course, huge amount of work has been done with all these gymnasts for a very young age. All the basic skills taught correctly. Often, this we see here is the sort of icing on the cake.
13.666 for Boulimar. She'll finish in and around that 10th spot. Still a few more performances to go. Noan Hus from France, the last gymnast on floor.
Nice quiet start. Now the explosion. Full twisting double, nicely done. Skips through the double twist. Controlled in the spin. I think the word precise comes to mind, Christine.
Yeah, very well choreographed, every step meaningful.
Nice tight double tuck. Don't see knees together quite so often these days. Well done.
Just a little stutter there, the triple spin at the end. Didn't quite make it round, but that was a good performance and a good competition for this young gymnast. All these gymnasts working so hard to perform the routine, not make it just a series of tumbles, but to make it a whole exercise, dance, leaps, tumbling, tell a story through the routine.
That really was a full in, back out, the old-fashioned technique.
Lovely locked together legs.
It's good to see clean, basic work. Well, there we are.
Well, that was a very good last routine. Of course, we're in France, finishing with a French gymnast. They haven't, here's the score, 13.533. The French gymnasts haven't had the big difficulty of the some of the higher scorers, but that was a strong, solid performance.
Well, there's confirmation. Steingruber, top of the pile, ahead of Karankova, and little Miss Downey at 15 years of age makes history with a bronze medal for Great Britain. And look at Claudia Fragapane in 6th place. What a competition. Fasana just couldn't make it in the end. Downey takes the bronze for Great Britain.
And that was a huge fight back for Claudia Fragapane after disappointment on beam. We didn't see her vault, but she obviously vaulted confidently. 2 gymnasts in the top 6. Can't be bad.
Astounding. Absolutely. Brilliant effort. "24 gymnasts gave their very best, and we're happy to say Great Britain have got a bronze medal for their trouble."
Oh, so Ellie Downey making history as the first woman. I mean, we're calling her a woman. She's 15 years old, for goodness sake. It's absolutely extraordinary to make history at that age, the first medalist in an all-around competition. And I think, really, I mean, the key, I don't know about you, Beth, but the key seemed to be the wobble on beam when she managed to just hang on. And obviously it was all or nothing from that point, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, she started off steady on bars and then went to beam with that wobble, but you could see the focus in her eyes, and she just looked so calm and composed throughout the competition. She was laughing and joking with her coach, so you can always tell when a gymnast is settled, and that's exactly what Ellie looked like from the word go today.
Now, you may have noticed that somebody else has sneaked into the studio here. Craig Heaps joined us. Commonwealth gold medalist. Well, exactly. This has got everybody talking.
I heard you were back,
Craig?
so I thought I'd come and see you.
But, I mean, yeah, just a word on that composure there for a 15-year-old to come in. I mean, she's watched her sister go through an international career as well, and always been there, watching her, learning from her. And when she gets the chance, I mean, she didn't half mess about, did she?
Yeah, I mean, I was so impressed from the start. Beam is such a difficult piece of apparatus anyhow.
Yeah.
And I think if you can do that as your first piece of apparatus and get through, and knowing that you've got strong pieces to come, it stands you in good stead. And I think that really just set the scene for the rest of the competition.
Yeah. Well, let's just have a look at Ellie, shall we now? There's obviously her bar routine, which was packed with difficulty, Beth.
It was, from beginning to end. She's following in her sister's footsteps, who was obviously renowned on bars, and she's really stepped up her game this year. She's put a lot of difficult combinations in, but you always know as soon as she steps up to the bar, she's going to go from A to B. Powerful gymnast. She's transferring that power from floor and vault onto beam. The composure is just incredible for such a young age, and on floor she's got that mixture of power but also really artistic, and really looks like she's enjoying performing out there.
It's the power, I think, that is so impressive. I mean, you were talking in commentary, weren't you, about the floor and how it does help a little bit, but to do this at that age and to have that kind of, I suppose, the quality of those moves at a young age is very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, she's always been a high-level difficulty of gymnasts, and you can see the double twist. That's the one thing that the British women have really upgraded, is the vault. But Ellie, we're having to rein her in. She's got so much power, and for some gymnasts you have to give that extra, whereas for her, she's had to learn how to control that. When you're competing in front of that audience, you have to sort of hold it back. The adrenaline's kicking.
That's it. I mean, and just making that comparison between the women and the men. I mean, we've always seen Christian Thomas come out on vault and do that kind of thing under intense pressure, to be able to just focus and say, right, this is what it's all about, and to finish a competition in that way, Craig, is...
Yeah, I mean, I've followed it closely throughout, and she's improved by a tenth on every piece, equalled and then down a little bit on vault. But like Beth was saying, there's been a massive improvement with the British girls on vault. The standard of the rest of the vault, everyone's doing full twist, but our girls banging in double twist, and that's going to give you confidence, know you're going to get a reasonable score. So what a great way to finish.
Yeah, I may have done the men a bit of disservice earlier on by saying that the women completely outdid them in qualification. But I think, you know, there was disappointment, wasn't there? Because obviously Max Whitlock is not competing in the finals. He turned up for qualifications, had this low-grade glandular fever, which really takes it out of you. I mean, I wondered why he was here in the first place, Craig, did you?
Yeah, I've got to agree with you there, Matt. I mean, I picked up glandular fever a couple of years after competing, and I wasn't training. It floored me for nearly 12 months. So to be able to train like this with a bit of a virus, you know, it makes you wonder who makes that decision. Yeah. Because we've got a double European champion on pommel at home with Dan Keatings.
Dan Keatings, yeah.
You know, who surely would have fill the shoes, you know, quite well. And obviously our concern is to keep Max fit for the Worlds and then later for the Olympics.
It just looks so heavy there, does it? It's completely out of character for him. You can see in, you know, just in this pike position there, usually he's extended, and you can see it. By the end of it, he's absolutely puffing and blowing to, you know, he's done well to get through it, really. But we did have two gymnasts that have made this all-around final. That is Sam Oldham and Dan Purvis. And here they are with some heartfelt words.
Superb routine from Daniel Purvis.
Fantastic gymnastics from Sam Oldham.
I had a slow start in the qualifying. You know, the first two apparatus weren't great, but I finished up really strongly. And for me, I kind of, being out there, I felt like I could compete with these guys. So I'm really looking forward to going into this all-round final and just giving it everything I've got. You know, I've got nothing to lose.
I was really happy everything just went steady. It was just, you know, unfortunately a fall on vault. That's cost me quite a bit as well, so, you know, doing still a decent score with that, you know, I'm really looking forward to the finals, and hopefully if I can produce my vault and do the same, you know, I could be up there. I'm always nervous, you know, I look at like the best in the world like Uchimura, you know, he just doesn't look like anything phases him, and I try to base myself on trying to think, okay, well, if he can do it at, you know, that standard, then, you know, maybe I could, you know, try and replicate what he's thinking. So, you know, if I try and not look nervous and frantic, you know, hopefully that'll show on my routines.
Oh my goodness me, an enormous amount of strain going through that left ankle.
And the injury itself was a very serious one.
Sam's in trouble there because he's rock hard, this lad.
I had a bad landing, dislocated my ankle, and then I actually ruptured the medial ligament, and as I put my ankle back on the floor, it dislocated back again the other way, and I completely ruptured the lateral ligament. So anything I could have done to it, I pretty much did. Psychologically, it was so hard for me to take. I kind of didn't really want to be anywhere near the sport, and I took some time away, but then as soon as I started a bit of rehab, started to set myself little goals, I got back into things and got my head down and got on with what I had to do. And yeah, it's been a tough 8 months, it really has. So to be here and doing 6 pieces, you know, I'm nowhere near where I was. I know that a year ago, but I'm on my way now, so I'm really happy with that.
It's great to see Sam doing well as well, you know, especially because of his injury and everything, and you get nervous for each other. I think because we're such good friends as well, and, you know, when one of us mucks up, you know, we'll talk to each other and try and spare each other on, so I think it really helps, and I think it's just shows maturity as well in the team. It'd be great to come away with an all-round medal. That would be, you know, fantastic. You know, I'm just trying to think of one step at a time. I think it's up for grabs. You know, there's at least eight people that could really push it if they go clean. So it would be a good fight.
I like to go out there and do absolutely everything I possibly can, and I know that I can compete with these guys, you know, on a good day. So I'm going to go out there and, yeah, see what I can bring home.
And we will have red button coverage of the men's all-around competition this afternoon at 5:30 p.m. You can see that online as well. Plus we'll have highlights tomorrow on BBC One from 1 p.m. of the men's all-around, and also the live apparatus finals. If you live in Scotland, you can join us at 2:20 tomorrow afternoon. So it feels like it's come at a good time, this, for Sam Oldham. It feels right, don't you think, Craig?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always difficult when you've got big competitions coming round and getting injured and seeing your teammates do so well. Injured in the Commonwealth Games, watch his friends and teammates go out to the World Championships in China, sitting at home and thinking, you know, I really want to be there.
Yeah.
So to come here and perform really well, he's into the all-round final, will be a real boost. And like he said in the VT, nothing to lose, just go out and really enjoy it.
That's it. And you know, Dan said that he had a little hiccup in qualification as well. If he puts that right tonight, who knows what could happen.
I'm really pleased for Daniel, because over the past couple of years he's had a bit of downtime and maybe not produced the results that he was hoping, but he's really started to show his form. I saw him at Nationals a few weeks ago. And
well, speaking of downtime, we've had Downey time this afternoon. It's all been about Ellie Downey and the bronze medal in that women's all-around. Hope you can join us later for coverage of the men. Goodbye.